Ooh, baby, it's working.
Holy shit. Happy December. Uh-oh.
Nope,
You
I'm
van.
here. I had to shut the door.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I'm in my secret location right now.
What? How much time do we got?
I'm not sure. We'll find out.
Okay, just don't get sent to solitary for this.
I don't care. I've come to the point where I have my outdate and really don't care anymore because this place is an absolute joke.
When is your out date
The 15th.
of
So,
December?
yep. So like 12 more days. Who knows? This might be our last update from the loony bin. I'm not sure.
Or will you be out on the street then, or do you have to go someplace else?
I will be out on the street raising hell.
Oh, good.
And I actually we have a TikTok account now, by the way. I don't know if you've seen it yet.
What? Oh, for
Yeah, I've been
Christ's sakes.
recording them here from the Nuthouse.
Okay.
I have promised our TikTok viewers that are out there that on that day I will reveal the location and name of the place that I've been shitting on for the last month because, man, this place is a joke.
So
Unless you're,
is it
unless
Radio
you're,
Mofo on TikTok?
yep, unless you're into K2, um, really, really large amounts of sex offenders all crammed in one place. Um, that like nobody is made aware of until it's too late.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, instructors and stuff that just straight up don't care. This is basically just a big cash grab by this place to suck money out of the DOC. So, although this area of the building I'm in is pretty nice, this is the one that they show people when you're on a tour.
Oh, Christ. Nice. Oh, my God.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't be here, but what's new in the Todosphere?
Um, well, we're starting to get some snow up in the La Crosse area. Um, Mercifully, the grocery stores have been busy because they've been stagnant pretty much because prices are high. And I'll let you in a little secret: the stores are gouging you. That's not. Um, they like to blame everybody else, but no, they definitely have their own thumbs on the scales.
So
And
you're saying this isn't all Mr. Biden's fault as a lot of people would have you.
no, basically they're doing it because they can get away with it right now.
This is capitalism at its best and worst at the same time.
Exactly. Even though like we as wholesalers sell them stuff at sale pricing, they still go out at it with top line pricing, which means that they're because normally you get like a 20-30% margin on stuff. Right now they're doing 50 and 60% margin just because they can.
Hmm.
So yeah, they're not out there to help the little people. They're here to squeeze as much money as possible.
Yeah, I'm looking at a car that's pulling up to the area that I'm in right now. Hopefully, I don't have to evacuate soon.
Has that been happening a lot lately?
Well, let's see here. The last couple of weeks, we've had fire drills, tornado drills. We've had a couple people get hauled out by the cops, which really isn't that abnormal. It happens pretty much daily here, but not the people that actually should be hauled out by the cops. Um, should you want to come to a place for treatment where you can get more dope than you can on the street, this is certainly the place to do it. Although I've seen some K2 nightmares here. That seems to be the drug of choice. And a couple of instances of people just like flopping around on the floor. So yeah, not something you see. I mean, there's obviously the guys that are doing meth and people apparently smoking crack in their bathrooms. So, but K2 is the by far the
That's the
I don't know.
synthetic one, right?
Yeah, it's the fake weed that they keep changing. They keep making it illegal, then they change the formula, and they make it illegal, and they make it. I mean, it's essentially illegal anyway, but that you can't really test for it very well.
It's like
So
I don't. What's the point? You might as well just go get legal weed, normal weed.
well, the point here is they can test you for it and nothing's going to show up.
Yeah, I suppose. It's just
Although, like I got drug tested on Thanksgiving Day. That was great.
how'd that
And
go?
oh, it was fine. I had some one test I can pass.
Oh,
But I
good.
mean, it's when you're like literally almost telling the staff, like, there's a huge shipment that'll probably be coming in every Monday, like it always does. Do anything about it? No, because if they kicked a whole bunch of people out, then it would be empty beds and less money for the people that own this place. So,
How do they get it in? I
well,
mean,
there's people that can go on passes.
oh, and they use their prison wallet to smuggle it back in.
You just walk right in the door.
Oh God, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's not like you're like wheeling in a meth lab or anything like that to do it. Even though I wouldn't be surprised if there's one in somebody's room, but
Yeah, there's probably some lost nook and cranny of the building people sneak down to.
although I got written up for medication abuse because I took too many Tylenol one day.
How,
Yeah,
how do you even get extra medication, especially Tylenol?
that's the thing is like I asked for it. You can ask for whatever you have with you, and the staff will give it to you. And if it's not on your list, then they just write you up. So they give it to you anyway, and then they write you up. I took Tylenol 3 times in one day instead of two. So that was me behaving badly.
Okay.
Oh, and when they tossed our room the other day, I had an apple in there. That was contraband.
Oh God.
Yep, yep. They're clearly working on the stuff that's important here.
That's well, I mean, that's
Yeah.
just kind of bureaucracy and oh, it's not even so much capitalism. It's just corporate world, as long as the top's making money, they don't care what happens on the bottom. And
Oh
then
yeah, that's
they got people in the middle to take the fall.
we kind of experienced that firsthand working in lacrosse.
Yeah,
What's
to a certain
odd
degree.
though is I've noticed a couple of lacrosse radio personalities from our former station that are following the TikTok page now.
What, seriously?
Yep.
Oh God. Do I even dare ask
The
who?
she, the she demon herself.
Really?
Yep.
Jeez, you think
Unless there's another one I don't know about. I think she has a second account because it doesn't even have her picture, but it's her like at username. So
well, it could be a hacked one too. I mean, there's so much hack stuff out there. Like Instagram,
uh,
I get all these friend requests. I'm like, porn star, porn star, porn star. I'm like, okay, it's probably somebody in like Northern Korea trying to friend me. And I'm like,
have
oh,
you it took me going to rehab to actually experience TikTok just totally out of boredom. I don't know if you've ever played around with it or not.
not a lot. I mean, I know, like millennials and Gen Zers, like that's where they get their information about the world. They don't Google stuff,
Yeah,
they TikTok it. And I'm
it's an
like, what the fuck?
it's an absolute hellscape. I mean, it's worse than Twitter for like attention whoring and people just straight up begging for money and people that are they say they're content creators, but it's just them eating ice cream in front of a camera
Well,
and it's a
monkey
shit
see,
show.
monkey do.
Yeah, but they're watching me in rehab, so whatever.
Yeah.
There's
Fuck.
definitely some material on there that this place will not be happy about once they figure out where it's coming from. But at that point, there really won't be much they can do about it, as far as I know of.
Fun.
Wouldn't be the first cease and desist letter I've had.
While you're there.
No, not while I'm here. Just, I mean, in general.
Oh, in general with Mofo.
Mm-hmm. Yep, yep. We're gonna have to maybe get into some holiday shenanigans this year. Got anything planned?
No, I've actually been doing my level of best to avoid people as much as humanly possible. I mean, for work, I kind of have to. I mean, I had a pretty dead year. Now everybody wants me to do store samplings and restaurant dinners and shit like that. And basically they're just getting free labor out of me and they're not buying a lot, which doesn't really curry my favor. But
We're getting into the season of like the holiday parties, aren't we?
yeah, and I always tell people do not book anything between Thanksgiving and New Year's Eve because that's the dead zone. Everybody's busy with family shit and with their kids' holiday shows and with company Christmas parties. Just, don't try to do something on your own. Just let the money come to you because it will come. But nope,
We
I
could
want to do
eat
a dinner.
we could pretty easily do an episode just on our company Christmas party experiences, I would think.
I still think about that one part timer. She won some door prize and she was so hammered when she walked up to get it and walked back. She took a header. And
I
you might
that
remember
wasn't my that
that was the
wasn't my
chick that
girlfriend.
what's that?
That wasn't my girlfriend. It
No, no,
wouldn't
no, no,
wouldn't
no. It
surprise
was a part timer on the heavy metal station.
me.
And the lady used to
Oh,
love to flash people all the time, and they were impressive.
oh, okay.
And but I remember like the big boss of the heavy metal station at that time was like, "Oh God, I hope that's not one of mine." And then, yep, it was one of his.
Of course it is.
Well, it was either that station or the pop station where the part timers didn't know any better. It's like open bar. Woo!
Yeah, that was really the only thing that they ever got other than like $7 an hour out of that place.
Well, sometimes if we
Like,
were doing like events at a bar with an open tab, because I still remember that one New Year's Eve party at Brothers Bar, and we had an open tab, and all the part timers showed up with their friends. They're like, let's go get something, tell them to charge it to the station. And oh Christ, our bar bill must have been like 1,500, $2,000 because everybody was drinking, but that place was packed.
I would think that our parties at the Freight House, the swanky place, weren't cheap either, especially when the
No, God, no.
higher ups would get hammered and then just open up the bar for everybody. Then I definitely wasn't drinking Captain. I was drinking something, a lot more expensive and dusty from the top shelf.
The drunkest I ever got was when we went to that place between La Crosse and La Crescent, and they gave everybody taxi vouchers.
Yep, yep.
And so they're going to close the bar down, and then the top boss is like, all right, everybody, one more round because he was drunk too. And oh my God, just hammered. Everybody was double fisting it.
Is
Like
that
all the young people, the young sales reps, all the young jocks and whatnot, everybody was just getting wrecked. And I remember that's when I was dating my last ex, not buckets of piss ex, the one after that. And so we go back to my house, and the last thing I remember is crawling into bed and then nothing. And then I wake up the next morning and I'm on the floor next to my bed and she's nowhere to be found. And I find her sleeping on the couch. I'm like, what the fuck? And she looked a little perturbed at me. I'm like, oh Christ, now what did I do? And apparently I was performing kind of lingus on her. And I kept going into her vajayjay. She was not amused. See, that stuff's
I was
funny
guessing that
once and only once. It's
I
kind of
was guessing.
it's funny when you do it to somebody's belly button, but yeah, she didn't like the whole flappy thing going there. So
Jesus, wow.
eventually,
I
and as she learned, when I'm really drunk, I got whiskey dick beyond all whiskey dick. So
so
she
she tried to
she
put
was
you to
trying
work
to
with
jumpstart a dead battery and just finally gave up. And then, like I said, she wasn't amused by my other attempts at being funny.
Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah, there's another time we
Would that
went.
be considered one of your feats of failure?
Well, we'd already been dating. At that point, I had already pleasured her many, many times. It wasn't like it was a one-off. The only other time I had complete mission failure was at another wedding where we just got hammered and get back to the hotel room and just pass out. So in the morning, she wanted a little something, something, and I had nothing to give her. I mean, she was fidgeting with like the bait and tackle, and nothing was coming. I'm like, my head hurts. I just don't. And then the car ride home,
Well,
I was so hungover, I could barely talk, and she was just steaming even more. So yeah, that
yeah.
I mean, the
That's
wedding
right.
reception was fun. We had a great time. It's just, when she doesn't, she doesn't get her 7 inches of fun, she just starts getting bitchy. So
That's like what I never got, like morning sex in general, because I don't care how well I know that person, your breath stinks in the morning, and it's gonna be a turn off when I'm like, get
well,
the fuck away from me. Like,
depends if you're in a position where you're actually face to face.
well, yeah, that's what you pretty much have to discuss ahead of time and be like,
Yeah,
yeah, we're not gonna be looking the same direction, and yeah,
I was
if at
told,
any
I
if
was
at any
told,
point you burp, we're done.
oh God, I was told girlfriends, if he's up before I'm up and you're interested, help yourself. I mean, I would not mind waking up to someone like, well, obviously someone I want to have sex with, having sex with me. I've heard
See,
horror stories of women dating guys and they get up with morning wood and just start having sex with her. And she doesn't have her birth control on or in. And I mean, she basically equated that to rape. And I'm like,
well,
Jesus Christ. I mean, it's there's a whole consent argument there where, he thinks he has prior consent. So that means he's got consent all day, every day. And obviously that's not true because it's somebody else's body and they should be conscious and aware. But in
yeah,
my
that's
case,
why
I gave permission to go ahead and jump on top, so it's all about
that's why
communication, kids. It's all about
I
communication.
I probably ask for consent to the point that it's annoying.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You sure? Or maybe it's because I just feel like such a turd that I'm like, you sure you want to do this with me? Like, you really think this is a good idea? Oh, well, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I
I
can
mean,
remember like irritating some girls when we were making out, like, what about this? What about that? And I think they just wanted like spontaneity and I'm like,
or it's,
maybe we
why
need a
don't you
safe
make the
word.
first move? And it's because I'm always surprised that you're even remotely interested.
Yeah, I guess if she's letting you get this far, I guess it's just, you're good to go. It's not like high school rules where in high school you basically, well, it's like the old Meatloaf song, trying to steal bases. You keep seeing what she'll let you get away with. When you're, making out with an adult, it's,
It's a good way to get your ass kicked.
well, but they already kind of know what they want, when they want. When you're young, it's all about fumbling around in the dark. Or if you're a young teenage boy and you're just like totally like, pussy crazy. That's why I'm always telling people, give them a handy first, bring some of that pressure down, then he'll get a little bit more sensible, and then see if he sticks around. That's the big cue, because, as soon as he busts his nut, if he's out the door, yeah, he was not a keeper.
We're going to title this one Todd's Love Advice for the Youngins.
No, no, it's no. They're getting all their love advice from porn now and OnlyFans.
They're based entirely on both of our failures from our younger selves.
Oh God, well, it's because
Yeah,
we're not
if
doing
you want to
anything now to
learn what to
fail.
do and if you want to learn what to do and what not to do, ask an old guy. Don't watch porn. I still think one of the funniest memes I had ever seen was, why in porn does the guy always slap his junk on the girl's parts? And it just said the response was just mic check.
Nice.
Anyway,
I,
hey,
I always
actually,
tell people that's his one and only attempt to find her G spot.
I do think I need to probably close out here because I think this is one of the director's cars that's pulling into the parking lot, and
Oh,
I
sweet
definitely
Jesus.
should be
Alrighty then.
here. Yeah, yeah, I gotta go. This is either him or his assistant, I'm not sure. But yeah, I should get the hell out of here.
All right, signing off for Mofo.
All right, until we meet again.